Hop aboard, we're riding the groove. Ashley at the helm, got nothing to lose. Master Rochi drops the wisdom so clear. Sir Steve-O's vibes bring the rhythm near. Mama Rochi's heart keeps the love in flow, and Nancy's got the spark to help you grow. It's a journey through health, wellness and beats, cannabis care and the people we meet. A podcast of unity, peace and soul. On the groove train, we're making you whole. All aboard the groove train, feel the vibe, where the music and the learning collide. Health, cannabis, and stories to share. Unity and peace, spreading love everywhere. Guests in the spotlight, stories to unfold. Wisdom in the words, treasures untold. Wellness in the rhythm, healing in the song. The groove train's rolling, bringing us along. Cannabis care with a mindful twist. Music for the soul you don't want to miss. Every episode's a chance to grow. With Ashley and the crew, the good vibes flow. All aboard the groove train, feel the vibe, where the music and the learning collide. Health, cannabis, and stories to share. Unity and peace, spreading love everywhere. Oh, oh, everywhere. Feel the beat, it's a healing sound. Voices of love, harmonies found. Join the circle, we're stronger as one. Groove trains rolling till the journey's done. Till the journey's done. Oh, so light up your mind, let the wisdom ignite. The groove train's here, bringing joy and light. Ashley, Roach, Steve-O, Nancy too. Mama Rochi's love will carry you through. A podcast of passion, of learning, of peace, peace. The groove train rolls and the love won't cease.
Tickets, please. All aboard the Groove Train.
Hop aboard, we're on the move. Master Rochi and Mama got the groove. Ashley and Steve-O too. Bring the vibe, you know what to do. Nancy's here, the grow expert queen, teaching us to keep it green. Peace, love, community vibe. Cannabis life, come feel the high. Light it up, let's break the chain. Hop on board the groove train. Laugh, learn, and elevate. It's the podcast world's ultimate escape. Groove train, yeah, we're rolling on. Peace and love, the vibe is strong. Cannabis crew, we're where you belong. Groove train, come and sing along. Hey, groove train, now we're rolling on. Story shared, the laughter flows. Good vibes sprout where the knowledge grows. From growing tips to life advice, this train's a journey through paradise. So spark it up, relax your mind. We're spreading love, the healing kind. Steve-O, Ashley, Rochi fam. Nancy's here, we've got the jam. Light it up, let's break the chain. Hop on board the groove train. Laugh, learn, and elevate. It's the podcast world's ultimate escape. Groove train, yeah, we're rolling on. Peace and love, the vibe is strong. Cannabis crew, we're where you belong. Groove train, Come and sing along. Her groove train, feel the rhythm and flow. With Steve-O and Ashley, we're good to go. Master and Mama, the love is real. Nancy grows the green, she's got the skill. Groove train, it's a family thing. Peace, love, and cannabis, let's all sing. Yeah.
You're standing on the platform. Destination unknown. Only one way to get there. All aboard the Groove Train.
You guys are muted. Ah!
No, I think we have an audio issue. Am I right, Ashley?
I think so.
Yeah, you have no sound.
How about now?
There
Yes,
it is.
sir. Yes, sir.
All right. Well, I hit a button on the microphone and muted it, and I did not realize it. All right. Third time's a charm. Namaste. Let's get groovy. You made it to Friday. It's the Groove Train, and I think we're running on the right track now.
We got you, buddy. You sound great. Fantastic.
Hello, Mama. Say hi.
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Along with us, we have Sir Steve-O, who is also the engineer and producer.
Woo woo.
And we've got
Thank you.
Ashley Smashley.
Woo, choo choo.
The Green Goddess.
The Green
The
Goddess.
Green Goddess.
That's me.
Say something deep and profound.
Let's hear it.
Follow your heart. Follow your
Oh,
gut. That's actually better.
I love it. Deep and profound from
Gut is always right.
Smashley. You know, I am so excited, guys, for tonight's episode. We're talking cannabis and music. And, you know, it's said that music is the soundtrack of our lives. And it brings back memories. It captures events. It does so much than just entertain us. And if I have been involved with cannabis for a couple of years, and you know, certain songs bring me back to certain times, certain people, certain places, and you know, I think it's wonderful because I'm hoping we're going to talk about, you know, what you were listening to your first time. Okay, now I'm talking your first time elevated.
Be specific.
I just don't want anybody going, well, but no, I think this is a wonderful, wonderful show. We're all from different
generations.
different generations. And it's kind of cool because we all have our take on music and style. So why don't we head to Steve-O? Good evening, Steve-O. How are you grooving tonight?
Steve-O is grooving. Steve-O is so happy. Today, okay. Can I tell you about my day right now real quick, and then I'll go into music real fast?
I want to hear about your day.
Yeah, share.
Real quick, this is what I did today. First thing, I had an exhaust leak on my muffler. My 25-year-old stainless steel muffler finally went out. So anyway, I ordered the parts. I ordered the OE parts off of the internet. I got them myself, saved myself about $262, I believe. Got the parts, took it down to a Merrimax, which is a local muffler shop. Had him throw it on for $120, and then I gave him a $20 tip. He welded it right to my converter. Did a great job. Got me back on the road, and I took off and I went and I met up with Dan Beard out at the Emerald Lounge dispensary in Island Lake. And yeah, that was a lot of fun. Yeah, they had an indoor lounge.
Super cool.
That is cool. I saw the pictures. You guys look like you were having a good time. I'm so glad you. And you know what?
What?
Steve-O's out putting that new leg to work, buddy.
That's the thing. The freedom that this leg has already given me after just 2 or 3 days. I mean, I was just, moving around with no issues. My leg is not hurting me like it would. I'd be miserable right now. I wouldn't do it on the same day I had to do a live, even, because I'd be too tired to come home and do the live, to tell you the truth.
Right.
And so I feel great. I'm excited about the future. I cannot wait for event season. And, I'm just so happy. And thank you to all my friends that support me, my friends that watch out for me and everything else. So I really appreciate you so much. Thanks a lot.
Oh yeah.
I'm so happy. I'm so happy
Looking
for
out
you.
for me.
Yeah, I think hanging out with Dan the Mushroom Man would be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was fun. We did some dabs and out of a Dr. Dabber's Switch. We did some dabs. We did some super booth, some live rosin, I said. And we also, Dan got some strain of lemon cleaner type of strain. And we smoked, we used this device where it automatically packed the cone. It ground it up. It just filled it up, and you tap, filled it up a little more. And it was fun. We got to use all these devices. They even have a student gloss, one of those.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, you had a good old time.
Yeah, they got like 3 of them. They got a small, medium, and large, and you can try out all these devices. And this place is in Island Lake, and I highly recommend it. It was a lot of fun.
I'd love to check it out.
Sounds like a lot of fun.
Love to
Wait,
check it out.
one of the ways that this connects is that Dan and I were sitting there, and I realized that all the music that was playing was like 90s love songs. And I'm like, Dan and I are the only ones in the place. And I'm like, Dan, does this seem weird to you? And he's like, yeah. So I was like, Dan, let's pick some songs. And I asked the bud tender, I said, can we choose the music? So they put on classic rock. And Dan and I sat there and we jammed. He likes the same kind of stuff I do. We were like going back and forth, quizzing each other on trivia and stuff. And, that was just one of the things we were doing. So anyway.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
a great day.
That's awesome. Man.
It was fantastic. Yes, sir.
What was your first experience with cannabis and music?
Okay, I'll tell you this, sir. I remember the very first time I ever smoked, I was on the way home from school, and it was one of those guys that were a little older than me. I was probably about 15 years old the first time I tried it, and it was a kid probably 17 or 18 sitting on his front porch smoking a roach. And he's like, hey, you want some? I was just on my way home, and it was just like the classic guy in the alley, hey, man, you want some of this? And I said, why, sure. So I took a couple hits of it and barely made it home. I had dishes to do. My mom was mad as hell because I fell asleep, and I couldn't help it. I had to fall asleep. And she used to get mad.
No music was playing when you got high for the first time.
No. And so anyway, when I got home after that happened, that night, after I slept, I ended up waking up in the middle of the night. I put on my headphones, and I remember listening to it's Appetite for Destruction album from Guns N' Roses. And I thought to myself, now these guys have got it going on. They were like a brand new band, and they sounded so good through my headphones. And then, of course, every night,
Smash
did you yawn?
I did. Sorry.
Sorry, Ashley. Or
No, I
Are we
can't stop.
boring you, Ashley?
No, stop. This is an every night thing.
oh, okay. Just want to make sure.
Oh, I can't wait. This is funny. But anyway, yeah. So I always every night before I went to bed, I listened to Ozzy Osbourne, the Randy Rhoads tribute live album. I would go to sleep to that every night anyway. But I just remember music that night was so important to me. I had my records out all over the floor. You know, I had quite a few tapes, as a matter of fact, in those days. But I had so much vinyl that you know, and it played so well through the old. You know, the really old equipment is the equipment that you really want if you want it to sound good. They would change tubes or all kinds of little things inside to upgrade and change the sound coming out of some of these amps and stuff that they had. My friends would play with it. I never did. That was kind of too much for me. But anyway, you know, I just think that that's interesting. You know, I loved my genre. My genre was the 80s and the late 70s and the 80s. And I absolutely loved the hair bands. I admit it. I had long hair. I dyed streaks in it. I wore spandex. You know.
Because, you know, I don't. But as a teenager, I did.
You did?
I did till I was in my early 20s. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So yeah.
All we wanted to be was a rock star, every one of us, but I couldn't play an instrument and I couldn't sing a note. I could play a little bit of guitar, but I just never had the knack for it. I couldn't understand music theory. You know, it was just, I didn't understand what pitch was. You know, there was just a lot to it. But I was really good at writing poems, and I liked to write songs that, you know, I would sing myself to myself or wherever, you know, but I've always loved writing songs. That's where music comes in for me, because I just basically make it a platform for someone to take it and make it their own. The singer, you know, whoever it may be, I call it like a blueprint in a way. You know what I mean? That can be altered and adjusted to your satisfaction.
I want to go back. I pass on hair bands. I skip.
Come on.
Ashley, how do you feel about hair bands?
Depends on the band, I guess.
What about Twisted
because-
Sister, says Sherry. What about Twisted Sister?
You know, I never got into Guns N' Roses, Poison, Tesla, Twisted Sister, really any of that 80s music.
First time I ever got high, I was a freshman in high school. It
Okay.
was at the Slaughter Alias concert.
Slaughter, yes. Mark Slaughter was amazing. I thought he was cool as hell. I've seen them 3 times that I can remember.
Right.
3 different times. One of them was at a county fair. One of them, I was very close to the stage, and Vince Neil was there that night too, doing his solo gig.
Right. Actually, what'd you get high to the first time?
Absolutely
What is it?
nothing. We were in the garage. There wasn't anything on.
Hiding.
No, actually, I'm like total noob compared to you guys. Okay, I wasn't allowed to do shit growing up. Weed was bad. I didn't really know anything about it until my adult years.
So,
Oh, okay.
When Michigan was legal, that was my first time.
so who drew you over green side.
Right.
That
said
was an old friend, an
sexy.
ex-friend. I don't even talk to him anymore.
Oh, wow.
You know, and I think that's amazing. Like, because what, you were an adult then. So
Yeah.
so like you lived through your whole teenage and you've become such a big advocate for cannabis. And I think that's freaking awesome.
Yeah, hell yeah. It's honestly opened up my brain
Right?
to a lot more plant possibilities.
Up here.
So,
Absolutely.
hell yeah.
Didn't you just recently join a very popular club there in Michigan?
Yes, Michigan Weedsters, baby.
Well, are you a weedster now?
I'm a Weedster.
All right. Well, hello, fellow weedster.
Yes.
I am a weedster also.
Love it. We can all be Weedsters.
We
I'll
should.
join.
Hell
We
yeah.
should.
If it's to
Excellent.
help the
Excellent.
cause.
Excellent group. My first experience, and I come from I grew up in a pretty religious family. I mean, church every Sunday.
Same.
Parents were
Same.
both school teachers.
My
Same.
parents were both school teachers. And the first time I smoked a joint, I was in middle school at a Boy Scout camp. I was the youngest one. The rest of them were older, and we're at one of the staff cabins, and we were going to do a weekend cleanup kind of deal service. We're hanging out, and all of a sudden, one of the guys pulled out, a bag and some papers.
Contraband.
And I'm breaking out like a cold sweat because this stuff can kill you. But the guy that did it was getting ready for his Eagle Scout. He's a straight A student. He's already been accepted to a Ivy League college. And it's like, wait a minute, you do that? I'm interested. So that night, I got blasted, and they were playing Rush 2112, Kiss Destroyer. I can't. I think Zeppelin 4 was there. Some BTO and some.
So you had all the classics.
Yeah.
Flute?
Aqualung.
Clarinet. You were like going like this.
Ian Anderson. I can't think of the band's name. Jethro Tull.
Jethro Tull.
Jethro Tull.
What you're trying to? Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
What are you trying to do? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh, you mean it's not charades tonight? Damn it.
I think your charades would be a little bit different than our charades.
So Ashley has smoking cannabis or consuming, has it changed your perception of music?
No, but it's made me listen to music again.
Oh, see, that's awesome.
Right on.
I put everything on hold after becoming a mom, and it kind of just helped re-spark my old loves.
Right on.
See, that's awesome.
Yeah.
See, Ashley, I don't know if I'm exposing you, but Ashley is actually a pretty good singer too.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, she is.
I will not be singing live.
She is. Oh, yeah. Come on, Smack.
Unless you bring out the karaoke, okay?
And for her first, she'll do the Star Spangled Banner.
Yeah. Hey, I actually did apply for that one time, but I never got
Did you?
called.
Oh. Well, we'll have to do an event where we open it with the Star Spangled Banner, and you
We
will
have
have
to actually sing.
and you'll have your
Yeah.
shot. There you go. I wonder if we could open Irish Fest with the Star Spangled
Lord,
Banner.
no.
Oh,
Yeah.
better.
There we go.
Don't do this to me.
Look what we started. Look what we started.
Now, anybody out there watching or listening, don't suggest Ashley
Singing at Irish Fest.
singing at Irish Fest. Don't do
Don't
that.
do it.
Hey, Ryan wants to know what's a weedster.
A Michigan Weedster, MichiganWeedster.com. It's actually only $4.20 a year, but goes to support fighting for the laws to be completely legal, because that's what it should be, right? But but for Michigan specifically, divided into like I think 26 districts, and Amy is like the creator of Michigan Weedsters, but she divided the state into like 26 districts and has like people in charge of each one. So really excited to work with her in the future.
And they advocate for children a lot. Children.
Yeah,
that need
yeah.
cannabis.
Her battle
And that's-
with her son fighting the system is amazing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, Amy is amazing. And even if I don't live in Michigan, but I'm still a Michigan Weedster. And I would encourage everybody to support this wonderful organization that's doing so much in Michigan. And Amy, if you need help in your state, Amy is also very good at helping you review what you have to work with and giving some suggestions. So the Weedsters are more than just Michigan. They have quite a reach, and they know how to get stuff done.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. But yeah, their biggest thing is advocating for everybody for legal cannabis. So it's a phenomenal. It's $4.20 a year to support them. And what is $4.20? It's a cup of coffee. Give up a cup of coffee and help out a good.
Well, I don't know where you're getting your coffee.
What, $4.20? Well, usually it's like $5, but I mean, you give up one cup of coffee and you can support a good cause. So
Exactly.
Josh Wade, drop in. Oh yeah, what's up, buddy?
Oh yeah.
Wayne Cruz, what's up, buddy?
Wayne Cruz. Hey, Steve-O, should I call Wayne Cruz out?
I think so.
All right. Well, I'm gonna call Wayne Cruz out. But this isn't just directed at Wayne Cruz. This is directed at everybody. We're looking for people to put together watch parties for a 419 event. And we want to cut to these watch parties and stream this stuff across the country. I challenge Wayne Cruz to put a watch party together in no other place than the world famous Tombstone, Arizona, home of the shootout at OK Corral or gunfight.
The gun. Yep.
I put that out because I think Wayne could pull it off, and I would love to say going live to the watch party from Tombstone, Arizona. Wouldn't that be cool?
Yeah.
That would be fun.
Wouldn't you like to have your name
What up,
announced?
Joe?
Yeah.
Going live to Smashley in Michigan, or going live to Sherry, or Lisa, or Francis, or Rose.
I mean, Ashley already has a little mini cheering parade already at her house.
she should have her own right there at home.
Yeah, but don't spend an important holiday alone.
No, we'll all be right here online.
So 420 is Easter this year. 419 falls on Saturday, so it's kind of like Fat Tuesday before Ash Wednesday. Go out there and party it up, and then do your thing on Sunday.
Right.
Yeah,
So
right.
I was doing some research today on cannabis and music, and it says that cannabis helps bring out the creative side in a lot of people that write music, like Steve-O says. It also can help you feel the music more. You feel the beats, you feel the music, you feel it inside. You know what I mean? It brings out those internal feelings that we have when we're listening to music. So music and cannabis together are phenomenal.
I agree. I want to be creative.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Maybe if I smoke more cannabis and listen to more music, I'll become creative.
All you do is smoke cannabis and listen to music.
I guess
Sounds like me.
No, so I find it kind of interesting. And we were talking earlier, and I was kind of doing a little bit of research on some cannabis music and cannabis. Think about how much music over the past 10 generations. I don't say 10 generations because I'm going to say going back to the 1950s that cannabis inspired. And it's just amazing. And we pulled up a list, and there were maybe 10 songs on there that you knew.
Well, I knew a lot more, but I just
You didn't like them.
Why don't we ask Ashley and Steve-O what their favorite cannabis songs are, and we'll see if they're on the list after we go through.
Sure.
Oh, I got a lot of cannabis.
Most of mine are Snoop Dogg songs, to tell you the truth, as far as specifically smoke songs,
Right.
And I like to listen to Snoop whenever I'm smoking. But those are my go-to as far as actual songs. Where, since you're asking me, what are your favorite, specifically for weed? Yeah, that would be the way I would go. What do you think, Ashley? You know who Snoop is, right?
Yeah, no, not at all. He's probably one of my favorites, but I really like Afro Man. And Colt 45 was probably the very first.
That's funny.
Like really memorize. Yeah.
You know the whole song?
Yeah, I do. I can sing the whole thing.
That song offends everyone, but yet makes everyone laugh at the same time.
Right.
And everybody knows the words.
That's right.
So I think my favorite, and you brought it up earlier, Ashley, was Tom Petty.
Yeah, he's a lot. I really like Rick James too.
Yeah, Rick James is too. Yeah.
Hey, smooches.
With me, I like, when I think of my favorite weed themed songs, it's got to be, Bob Dylan's Rainy Day Women, Don't Bogart That Joint, Down to Seeds and Stems Again, One Toke Over the Line. Those are the songs that, when I think about smoking, it pops up.
And we were talking about this. That's the generation like before me and Steve-O, like right before me and Steve-O. So those songs were like popular then. And then, like I said, when you come a little bit further, you get into the Tom Petty and you get into the hair bands and the.
So what is Steve-O? You kind of said that your favorite genre is hair metal. What really attracts you to that genre?
Well, I suppose it was just I grew up right at that perfect age where all the girls wanted us boys to look like girls.
Makeup,
long hair. I had my hair all long, like really long. I had eyeliner I would wear, and I never wore the lipstick. My one girlfriend, she really wanted me to wear lipstick, and I never did. But I can honestly say, I wore the spandex. They were basically, like our singlet. For gym. I mean, it bared everything. You see a bunch of dudes just walking down the hall and just see nothing but balls just wagging everywhere. From wearing all this spandex and everything.
Yeah, I'm a little bit younger than you, so like I'm a little bit younger. So my generation went to the Doc Martens, the black jeans, the tank tops with the flannel shirts. You know what I mean? That was
good old flannel.
classic stoner wear.
that was the Pearl Jam look. We called it. We called it the Pearl Jam look.
Actually, we were wearing that look years before Pearl Jam even was even considered. You know, yeah, that was yeah, concert shirts and the flannels. Yeah, the alt rockers, or what was that, grunge rock?
Grunge rock.
Yeah,
Right.
that was kind of a
That's what that
uniform.
was.
But
Yeah.
I don't know. You know,
Really dark black eyeliner, hair that stood up to here.
Yeah.
Wayne Cruz mentioned Parliament Funkadelic, P-Funk. That is a great song to party to. And somebody else was mentioning Pink Floyd, but they are almost a conversation in themselves.
Right. But see, I had the 80s hair, you know. We took that can of Aquanet and that blow dryer, and you stuck that stuff way up in the air and the big fan around your face.
Yeah.
So
we
actually,
tried to make that change. We tried to make that change from 80s glam to grunge rock, like Mama was talking about, by getting rid of all that. Then we were wearing denim. It was all denim and leather jackets and all that. Remember, Mama? We tried to switch over. Like now we were hardcore.
And then it was
Yeah.
the hair went straight down, and we wore it
Yeah.
straight and long.
Straight and long.
So I feel like a lot of these old styles are totally coming back.
God,
Yeah.
I hope.
I hope not too on some of them. But I noticed like a lot of the 80s neons are coming back, which I think is fun.
I love that. I love
That
it.
is
Right?
fun. Benetton and all those colors.
Ashley, what's your genre? If you're putting something on to bounce around the house during the day, what's your pick? What's your playlist?
So I have a few playlists. I either listen to classic oldies or Queen Herbie. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of her. I'm pretty obsessed these days. I go through music phases though. Like I have to listen to one thing over and over until I get sick of it, and then I'll move on to the next thing.
Yeah.
Sometimes that could take who knows how long. It could take years. But
Right, until I exhausted this genre, I'm going to continue listening to
That's
it.
him.
exactly.
And he has like different playlists, and
Yeah.
for 6 months he'll be stuck on one playlist, and then I need a different playlist. You know?
Not 6 months, usually a week or two. But
Don't let him lie to you.
but each of my playlists are like 12 hours long.
Right.
So,
But it's cool though, because like we introduced our kids to a lot of different music. You know what I mean? Our kids are 25 and getting ready to turn 21. And how many kids that age like know the words to the Grateful Dead or know the words to you know what I mean? Know that music and jazz and
Yeah, my kids know the oldies too. It's funny.
Yeah. I mean, the other day there was a guy that pulled up and he had one of those old 70s Camaros with no spoiler on it or anything. It was all, primer, spots there, just a classic dude. And he was just literally sitting there jamming Van Halen and just sitting there doing that. And I had to look over at the guy and give him the horns, man. I was just like, I love you, man. You did it. You did it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's awesome to see. But how about you, Master Rochi? I mean, geez, you absolutely were like through the Beatles generation and everything else. I mean, you got to see all this
Paul
wonderful
McCartney.
music. Yeah, the European invasion and everything. Wow.
well, funny you should mention that, because my first record, 45, not album, my first 45 was I Am the Walrus and You Say Hello, I Say Goodbye from the Beatles. That was my first record.
Mine was the Rolling Stones, first 45.
Okay.
But what was the
The
song?
songs, I have to think about it.
Get Off My Cloud?
No.
Well, Black?
They were 2 hit songs. I don't remember. I can't think. right
I'm
this
guessing
minute.
by your age, it was probably Beast of Burden and
Probably because that's like one of my all-time favorite songs is Beast of Burden.
the fourth generation of the Rolling
And the other one
Stones.
was like the back side of it was if I looked it up, I would know it instantly, but I can't think of it at this moment. See, I am not a stoner, but I have stoner brain.
But yeah, but you're right, Steve-O. I got to be a part and see, some of the most wonderful music being produced in the late 70s or early 70s and late 60s. Because at that time, nothing was off limits. There was no genres. People were just recording what they were feeling. When the Eagles came out,
Right.
And they had their first record review, the guy said, "I don't know if this is a rock band with a country problem or a country band with a rock problem. What in the hell are they?"
That's right.
Yeah,
And that's a perfect example. Perfect example.
Yeah.
So it just blew everybody away. And now, if you listen to modern country music, it's the stuff that the Eagles were playing, back in the early 70s, or the same vibe, the guitars and all, because the country I grew up with was Tammy Wynette, Porter Wagner,
Johnny Cash.
Glenn Campbell.
So here's something with cannabis that I've noticed with music too. Every state has their own genre that they're really into. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I've noticed Illinois, we've seen a lot more of the big singer-songwriter events, the big and a wider variety in Illinois. Michigan was more of the hip hop.
Oh, well, Sherry, ZZ Top.
I love ZZ Top.
You know what? I love ZZ Top. I got so excited when I heard ZZ Top were reforming. And it's like, oh my God, I love ZZ Top. And they came out with Eliminator. I was so pissed off. I refused to listen to ZZ Top for years.
Eliminator was their best album. What are you talking about?
I know, right?
Yeah, I was used to She Wore a Pearl Necklace, LaGrange, Party on the Patio. That was the ZZ Top that I knew. And they came out with this crap.
But everybody loved it because they went more pop.
Yeah.
And everybody loved it except for the hardcore guys. What I was saying about music is everything's different in every different little cannabis community. Like I said, Michigan was more like the hip hop vibe. I noticed when we were there. Ohio was more the rap vibe. Like I said, Illinois more singer-songwriter, rock and roll, that kind of stuff in Illinois. Missouri's like a mishmash of everything. So I mean, it's funny how cannabis influences our music genres around us, and how even all those different musics bring all these different artists together.
But we go back, and I tell you, I think one of the biggest genres of music that has impact in the cannabis world is reggae.
Oh yeah,
Peter Tosh, Bob Marley, Johnny Nash. Some of these reggae artists. They were singing about the benefits of the plant way early. They knew, what was up. And,
yeah, right. Absolutely. I grew up on Elvis because my mom was a huge Elvis fan, and so I grew up on Elvis, and Elvis was real rock and roll to me. And I rocked out to Elvis, Rolling Stones, those types of bands. And my first 45 was Mental Health by Quiet Riot. And it was a 45. Yeah, it was. I begged my mom for it. It was like $1.25. I wanted it so bad. And I couldn't go to the arcade that day and because I got the record, but I was happy with that trade. So, yeah, we were at the mall, and I begged her for it. I remember that was my very first actual record. And then my mom joined one of those record clubs where they would send a new record every month. Do you guys remember those? It was like for 99 cents, you could get 12 albums or tapes.
Yep, Columbia House.
I wish they still did that.
I think everybody did Columbia House.
Yeah.
I think everybody owes Columbia House.
Well, no, I remember for years because once you paid them off, they keep sending you like.
Yeah, but then they'd still bill you.
Yeah, well, yeah, but I mean, you pay it off, but then they say, oh, well, this month's offer, if you buy 2, you get 4 free.
Right.
It's
Right.
like, oh, yes.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great way to get music if you just kept the deal. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
I wish they still did that.
Yeah. The problem was that their selection was limited. So after,
Right.
you know,
And even if you bought an album, it was a Columbia House album, so it didn't necessarily have all the songs.
oh, they did.
No, they didn't. Not all of them.
The ones I did. Yeah.
I was just
And
looking
they
at the records
Columbia
today.
House stamp on 'em. Yeah, so that was kind of different. But so the other thing, like now I've noticed today, cannabis has evolved with music, and I've noticed that there are more and more musicians speaking out about this, which is amazing.
Well, musicians have always spoke out about cannabis.
Yeah, but now it's
Yeah.
readily acceptable.
I got one question. What is there a song that comes on that you gotta light up to? I mean,
Oh.
even in the grocery store, you gotta pull it out, pack it up, and fire it, fire one up.
Oh yeah, there's a bunch of different ones, especially Snoop Dogg. You know, that's got to be my number one. That makes me want to smoke when I hear Snoop. I mean, certain songs, it depend. You know, a lot of those G-Funk days, off of that Chronic album. That's the number one. Nothing But a G Thing. Man,
Right.
you gotta lay it up to Nothing But a G Thing. Too low out G's till we crazy. Death Row is the label that pays, man.
Oh yeah, Rhinos in the Iron Maiden, Powerhouse.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Iron Maiden.
Oh, the Joker from Steve Miller, Funkadelic, Maggot Brain. Yeah, I mean, one genre we haven't really touched on, and it probably has a lot of songs about weed, is country.
Yeah.
There are quite a few. There's a lot of one of the ones that was on that list I was talking about was Weed and Willie.
Yeah.
Smoking weed with Willie,
But one of the early songs I remember is Jim Stafford's Wildwood Weed.
Okay.
That's one I think everybody, if you haven't heard Wildwood Weed, it'll make you laugh. Jim Stafford is quite a guy.
Then of course you got the theme song for Peace News and Views that we used that lady seemed to cover for us. It's All Going to Pot, and it was Willie Nelson and Merle Haggard.
Right.
That was who did it together. That was a great song. And we have a cover that a lady sang for us, and it's pretty good. I really like it. Yeah.
Well, now you've got artists like Jelly Roll.
Yeah, I was just.
I mean,
gonna say,
he sings
he's
about,
one of my favorite. He's one that
Yeah.
I'll light up for.
You know, and I
Definitely.
honestly had never listened to anything that he'd written, and I think
Right, Wildwood Flower, Ruby Faust. Yeah.
I think a bunch of people like were talking about it, so I went and listened to a couple of his clips of his songs, and I honestly really like it. And I don't know how I don't know if he fits into country. I think he fits into just more songwriter, honestly.
Yeah.
But he's good and rap. Because he kind of raps a little bit.
Okay, now you guys may not be old enough. Now, Smashley probably knows the song because of the kids, but I don't know, Steve-O, but there has been a discussion for years whether this song was weed related, and that was Puff the Magic Dragon.
I think
I think it absolutely was.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm tending to think Peter, Paul, and Mary were maybe singing about
maybe puffing on the
maybe
devil's lettuce.
maybe But they make it sound so innocent.
Well, they want you to live by the sea.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
and Puff the Magic Dragon.
Puff puff.
Yeah,
Right.
because it isn't lit. It isn't that Puff the Magic Dragon lives by the sea. The lyric is Puff the Magic Dragon, comma, live by the sea.
Yeah.
Yep.
So people don't understand that. They think that that Puff himself lives by the sea, and it wasn't lives, and that changes everything. That verb right there. That's
Right.
a verb, right? Is that a verb, Ashley? You probably remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been years.
Crystal
I don't know if I
Basket,
can
is
remember.
it time for the musical break tonight?
Yes,
Because
sir. It is.
this is a prime example of how cannabis has influenced our music.
Maybe.
What do we have here tonight, Master Ochi?
We have the
The Hoosier Cannabis Advocate.
Advocate.
Together
is-
now.
Yeah. Because whatever I say, she changes it. Anyway, you can find him on Facebook. This is he's a guy from here in Indiana, and I tell you what, he has got a great message here. I hope you dig it.
All right. Check it out. Here it comes. Boom.
Technically.
Boom.
Here we go.
Yo, Indiana, what's the deal with this madness? Got the GOP head sitting back in his palace. Owns a liquor chain, getting cash by the gallon. We're blocking legal weed, cause it'll mess with his balance.
Oh, yeah.
Quit moves, yo, it's all about the paper. While the people get hurt, he's just stacking up his acres. Man, we know what's up. Ain't nobody fools. He don't want green legal cause it's bad for his booze. It's all about the cash, it's all about control. They don't care about the people, just protecting their gold. Politicians gotta stop, trapped in the past. While they light up in secret and acting all class. We fight for reform, but they keep saying no. Indiana, when you gonna let the truth show? Yeah, yeah. Governor standing tall, preaching prohibition. But back in college days, he was on a different mission. Rolling up, taking hits, now he's acting like a saint. Don't whispers in his ear, now he can't relate. He sold out, man, you can see it clear as day. Sacrificing truth just to keep getting paid. Cannabis reform, now it's all out of sight. Cause the rich pull the strings, they control the fight. It's all about the cash, it's all about control. They don't care about the people, just protecting their gold. Politicians gotta stop, trapped in the past. While they light up in secret and acting all class. We fight for reform, but they keep saying no. Indiana, when you gonna let the truth show? Yeah, yeah. State cops ride around with quarters on the line, locking folks for weed, man, just for a dime. They use it as a tool to keep us in the system, filling cells, making sure we don't miss them. Private prisons, contracts that keep them packed. Need bodies in the bed so the state gets smacked. So they keep it illegal, it's a business deal. Profits over people, it's the devil's real. It's all about the cash, it's all about control. They don't care about the people, just protecting their gold. Politicians gotta stop, trapped in the past. While they light up the secret and acting all class. We fight for reform, but they keep saying no. Indiana, when you gonna let the truth show? 50 years deep, we've been pushing for a change, but the same old crew still playing the same game. Organizations fighting, but we see no results. Man, it's failure on repeat. They can't break the vault. They got meetings and watches, but it's falling on deaf ears. While the state keeps cashing in on everybody's fears. It's time for revolution. We need something real. Tired of playing nice, man. We need to seal the deal. Indiana, stand up. It's time to make it right. We've been held back for too long. It's time to fight. Break the chains, stop the greed. Let the people be free. Cannabis reform, man, that's the key.
Now that's an absolute song right there.
Right?
Putting it out there plain and straight with what Indiana needs and what we've been going through. So
Yeah.
all of our bills got kicked. All of Indiana's bills got kicked out of the
well, we've only had one bill make it out of committee.
Yeah.
So
Really?
guys, we were talking about songs that make you want to smoke, and dance damn near every song that comes up on my playlist.
And he says that in the car when we're traveling to these events. He'll look at me and go, "I think this song makes me want to smoke weed."
Mhm.
So just about every song.
Somebody had mentioned AC/DC, and I had a great experience. I got to see Bon Scott with the original AC/DC. I think it was in '79. But nobody had really heard of it. We were going to see the headliner, Ted Nugent. And it turned out to be a fantastic concert. The first band that we saw that tried to play, they got booed off the stage, was a band from Germany called the Scorpions. And the second band is a band from Australia that people had kind of heard of, but they just had their really first big hit in the United States with Highway to Hell, AC/DC. And that was a great concert. You don't get to see that. That was general admission. You know, you waited for 4 hours for the gates to open, or 6 hours, 8 hours, depending on the concert. And then once you got through the gate, you ran for a seat. There was no assigned seating, and you get there early. You got right up in front of the stage. Those days are gone. Yeah, I love Ted Nugent.
That's on a good show.
Oh yeah, Ted Nugent. I saw him a couple times. I saw him with Damn Yankees when he was with them. Yeah.
So the last concert we went to was
it was Three Dog Night.
Oh, nice.
Smashly, you probably never heard of Three Dog. Well, you have.
Yeah, I have. My dad loved them.
Right? And here's the funny thing. These guys are 85 years old, up there on stage and still kicking it out just like they were.
I think there was only one original dog left, but they still sounded good.
Sounded really good.
You know, Shambhala is another one of those songs that when it comes on, I just want to spark one up.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, how does your light shine?
How did your light shine?
In the halls of Shambhala.
Brandon's right. Alice Cooper carried the torch and created multiple genres, in my opinion.
Yeah.
That was my first concert I ever went to. 1974, Indiana State Fairgrounds. My uncle took me.
To see Alice Cooper?
To see Alice Cooper.
You know what's funny is the girls love Alice Cooper, and Matt would put it on in the car, and they'd be like, but they like the newer stuff of Alice Cooper, the stuff that he did later in life, in the 80s, you know. Matt listens to the stuff that he did in the early 70s, late 60s. And they'd be like, who is this? And he'd be like, this is Alice Cooper. So it's so funny how the music changed so much that even the kids couldn't recognize it. But it's still, like I said, it's one of those things. Music and cannabis bring us all together, you know?
Yeah, I would love to go golfing with Alice Cooper. That would be, I would drop to my knees and go, I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy.
Yeah, same with Jim Morrison and the Doors. You know, I mean, don't forget the Doors make you want to get high for sure.
Is that Joy to the
Oh,
World?
yes.
Jeremiah was the dog. Is that
Yeah.
song?
Love the End. That was probably my favorite Doors song.
Put me on all them, he says. There you go.
Anyone like
Oh,
the Beach
geez.
Boys? Totally not weed related, I don't think, but I always loved them.
Oh
I
yeah.
love the Beach Boys.
Oh no, they did some kind of
Risque.
Yeah, they weren't
Yeah.
all clean cut. They were a bunch of reefer smokers too.
Right.
Especially
I really like
when they
some
came out
kind
with the
vinyl.
Pet Sounds album that Brian Wilson did. That was amazing. Amazing.
Oh yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, I remember those too, like the VH1 behind the scenes documentaries and stuff. I mean, I think that, you know, they may still do that. I don't know. I don't have cable anymore, but
No. Those were good shows when they had them out, and of course the Grateful Dead. That was put up in the comments.
Oh yeah, Grateful Dead.
Yeah, man. You didn't even have to go into the Dead shows. You could just hang out in the parking lot and have a hell of a good time.
You talked about Pearl Jam. I went to a Pearl Jam concert. It was actually the very last concert Jerry Garcia did was at Soldier Field in Chicago. The next weekend, Pearl Jam played. And so all the Deadheads were still there in the parking lot. And I remember I was so high at that Pearl Jam concert just from the smoke around me. But all I could do was sit down and eat my nachos. I couldn't even enjoy the show. I was just too hungry.
Yeah. I remember I loved the Dead shows. I never got into partying too much, only smoking a lot of weed, maybe a little nitrous balloons or something like that. But, I like to keep it light and fun and be able to remember the experience. And, of course, I had those days where I overindulged on all kinds of different things like edibles and stuff like that, but where I'd sleep too long and things like that. But it was a lot of fun traveling around, running around, chasing bands back in the day. I mean, we all did it when we were young back then. It was the thing to do.
Yeah, get your blue balloon.
Now, you just pull
back up to the wall.
The blue balloons at the Dead show. Those are all nitrous.
Yeah.
Of course, I know you would never believe it looking at me,
right?
But I like psychedelics.
Nobody'd ever guess.
Nobody. In fact, we were at an event last year, vending, and this dude comes up and whispers at me, "Hey man, you know where we could get some acid?"
She's like, "Man, I haven't seen good acid in years."
I looked at her. I looked at Crystal. I said, "Do I look like the person that would know where to find acid?" But we did hook him up with mushrooms.
No acid.
No acid, but mushrooms.
Go natural, buddy. Go natural.
Yeah. Stay away from the acid. Go all natural.
Yeah, absolutely.
What say you, Ashley? Mushrooms and music?
Absolutely.
Right on.
It's a must.
That's right.
That's where Dark Side of the Moon comes on. You eat some mushrooms, smoke some good cannabis, and drop the dark side and go into a whole nother universe.
Yep. That's easy to do.
Absolutely.
Ryan says he'll never touch acid again.
No. I retired from that. Yeah.
I got into some real window pane back in the day. We were partying at this bar, and this guy had window pane, and I bought some, ate it, came back out, talked to my friends, said I was going to run out to the car and get a pack of cigarettes, and I'll be right back. I went out to the car, got my cigarettes, came back in, and they said, "Where in the fuck have you been?" I said I'm going to go out to the car and get a pack of cigarettes. And they said, "That was 4 hours ago." And I remember looking at the street lights out there. So I guess I stood out in the parking lot and stared at the street lights for almost 4 hours.
Oh my goodness.
So yeah, that was good.
Making sure they didn't burn out.
Yeah.
His favorite thing to do is like in the summertime when we're not vending and the festivals are going on is he'll get high. We'll go to the festival. We'll walk around. We'll get some fair food. And then we'll go sit in the car or we'll go sit by what's the one ride? The ride that plays all the rock music. Go sit by the ride that plays all the rock music. He'll eat a handful of mushrooms and we'll sit there and listen to the rock music and watch the lights.
Cheap entertainment in Indiana. I can't wait for fair season.
Easy to make happy.
You know, give me the lights, the spinning lights at night, some good music, and a
He is
handful
good
of
to
mushrooms,
go.
and I'm good to go.
Yeah, right.
That's right.
What?
It's
Boy, Ashley, it looks like you're setting a fire over there.
I know I had to get it away from like the
Ashley?
camera. I was like super close.
Look at all that smoke rolling up there.
dang, that's
It
a
adds
good,
to the effects.
that's a good organic. Yeah.
I
I was gonna
love.
say, pretty soon you
I
can
So what
add
do you
sleep blend to your nightly routine.
right?
Try that out. Along
So
with
what do you think? What do you think about how cannabis is influencing music? Do you think it's for the better?
Yeah, I hear it.
I mean,
more.
honestly, I think the music. I think it makes them the people that use cannabis and sing about cannabis. I think it opens them up to other genres and other ways of thinking.
Mhm.
And I don't know.
Things more.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, I've kind of got two views on this. Cannabis can help you become more creative, but it can also make you lazy and not practice and not write and not do things. So, you know, I think it really depends on the strain. Because if I get into some indica, I just don't have the. I want to think about music, but I don't want to do anything other than think about music. Now, sativa, I will play and stuff, but you know, so I think cannabis can impact music in a very positive way, but I think it could have a negative impact if relied upon or used too much as a crutch. So if you want to use inspiration, I think it provides that. But I think overindulgence it diminishes your returns.
Yeah, I can see that.
At
What
least
do
that's
you,
what I
what
thought.
do you, Steve-O?
Well, I'm just sitting here. I'm trying to pack going, and I can tell you that I completely agree. I think that, you know, if you use it as a crutch, obviously that's not good. But you know, it can be very inspirational. I know that. You know, whenever I try to write poems and things of that sort, I do better when, you know, whenever I've been smoking. It does help me. I can say that, but as far as creativeness, I'm not very creative, but
one of the things I think it helps me with when I am playing, because I teamed up. Actually, you know, I love to learn and I love music theory. So I took guitar lessons, although we never played a guitar during the lessons. We talked about music theory. He was a guitarist from the Berklee School of Music. And the big thing that he kept telling me about well, I guess we did play some, is my phrasing. Let it breathe. Let it breathe. I tried to be too busy and play too much. And I think that's where cannabis helps, is it helps relax me where I can let it breathe. I don't have to fill all the space.
oh, okay. Makes sense.
Ashley, you had your
No, the and was saying no yawning, so I'm like, sorry.
oh, I'll wave back.
Hi.
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 So yeah, I think music can have a very cannabis can have a impact. I think the impact comes more from the listeners of music on enjoying a cannabis than the making of music.
But do you think it's influenced music in a positive way?
Oh, I definitely. I think all drugs in their own way, unfortunately, have impacted music, both in a positive and a negative way.
Life goings on.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, as far as like the I mean, in cannabis culture, music is when it's when it's written around a cannabis theme, do you think it's impacted cannabis in a positive light?
I think it depends on the artist and the song and the vibe. There's a lot of songs out there about cannabis that we haven't heard or that didn't get much airplay. They're very good,
But because they're cannabis related, they're knocked down, I think.
yeah, they're kept off the airway. A lot of the stuff had to be disguised back in the day, so you kind of had to know what they were talking about
Right.
to get the idea.
Right. So what do you think about that, Steve-O?
Well, I don't know. I think that he's right. I'm the same way in some ways, but I don't know. I just don't get very creative, so I have to rely on songs to make me feel like, I know the lyrics. I've listened to the song long enough. I can predict what's coming next. I don't know. That kind of gives me that type of satisfaction. What do you think?
Right. Right. What do you think, Ashley?
I'm thinking kind of like an algorithm works, because for me it's normal, so I feel like it's definitely influenced it.
Right.
But talking to because
So how do you think?
it has come a long way legality wise.
Yeah. How do you think legalization has affected cannabis and music?
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, definitely greatly, I feel.
Yeah.
In a good way, because it gets it more known out there. But then
Right.
that kind of in another way inspires education on it, and I think that's severely lacking because most people just want to get high.
Right.
Great title for a new song, High and Healing.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Well, being high can be medicine in itself.
Yeah, and it's a fine
instead
line.
of depression medicine, it can be used for that.
It's a
Or
fine
healing
line.
and
Like, how do you
high.
determine overuse with medicinal use?
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Very fine line.
Yeah.
And there's another song that just popped into my head that we haven't mentioned that deserves to be thrown out there is Rocky Mountain High.
Oh yeah.
That John Denver.
Yes. That is another one that just makes me want to
Good old John Denver.
Got the joint.
Spark one up. Prohibition state of Indiana.
So I think overall, I think legalization and the fight for legalization has influenced a lot more artists to come forward with music. And I think that's a positive thing. I think in the past, most cannabis songs, when you're talking the genre of like rap or whatnot, were degrading. And I think now that legalization is happening, that more and more of the songs that are written about cannabis are about advocacy. Does that make
I'm
sense?
gonna let my dogs out real quick.
All right.
I don't know. That's how I feel about it. I don't know if that makes sense or not.
I think so. Music is the soundtrack of our lives, and this has been, so important to us, and how we react to the music. And I do think that listening to music while enjoying cannabis does heighten the experience. Does allow you to pick out those frequencies and really get into the music.
Look,
instead of just listening to it.
Roston wrote your favorite song in the comments.
Oh, Country Roads,
Alice's
yes.
Restaurant.
Alice's Restaurant. Bruce, I force everybody on Thanksgiving
Oh, my
to
goodness.
listen to Alice's Restaurant.
Alice's Restaurant.
Yeah.
And you know what? Next Thanksgiving, I may play and sing Alice's
You're going
Restaurant.
to sing it?
Yes, I may play and sing Alice's Restaurant
You guys, we got to hold him to that.
next Thanksgiving.
Because he doesn't sing.
I can sing Alice's Restaurant.
Only because it's just talking.
Not necessarily. There's some phrases in there.
Some phrases.
About to be a tradition.
I can do a lot of Arlo Guthrie songs. I don't want to pickle. I just want to ride my motorcycle.
Like Rosto says, every year.
Every year. Yes,
He
Rasta.
does. It is a forced tradition in our home.
I almost got fired from a radio station. Number one, I wasn't supposed to work on Thanksgiving and got called in. So I was kind of pissed off anyway. And yes, I played Alice's Restaurant. And that was a huge no-no.
Besides the fact that it's like 10 minutes long.
Oh, I think it's longer than that. But yeah, and yeah, I almost got fired for playing Alice's Restaurant. But yes, I love it every Thanksgiving.
Yep. Everybody in the house has to listen to it.
Sherry, I would, but I would have to check some of the lyrics at this point in time.
Singing out. You do it.
You want at Alice's Restaurant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All righty then.
And you can get just what you want.
You can. You can get anything you want at Alice's Restaurant.
Bruce, do you see what you've done?
So there you go. There you go, Sherry.
Should have followed it in. I got a Davita.
And I got a DeVita.
And I got a Davida. Yeah, because he was too drunk to say in the Garden of Eden. At least that was a story I heard. At the beginning, the name was supposed to be in the Garden of Eden, and the lead singer was so drunk he couldn't pronounce it, and it ended up coming out in Agata Davida. So
Yes,
I
that's
don't
the story I always heard. Ooh, Dr. Hook in the medicine show. Now, come on. We forgot a classic Dr. Hook.
Oh, on the cover of the Rolling Stone.
That's right. Gonna buy 5 copies for my mother.
Got my freaky old lady named Cocaine Kitty and
So,
brought her
Like
down.
I said, I was looking through this list. I could name off some of these weed songs, and I don't think that I ever knew them as weed songs. Just like Ashley said with Tom Petty.
Got my old gray-haired daddy driving my limo.
My limousine.
And Stuck in the Middle with You. I mean that
I love that song.
Yeah, that's another good one. In fact, kind of stuck in the middle with you. We got jokers on our left, or clowns on our left, jokers on our right. That's kind of like Stoned and Stupid, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it is. And I tell you, I've got some good ones this week on Stoned or Stupid. I think that we're going to have a good time with this one tonight. Everybody, check it out. It's time for another Stoned or Stupid. That's right. We got some of the most shameless people that there is out there committing some of the most silliest crimes, and it's up to us as detectives of Stoned or Stupid to figure out whether they were in fact stoned or stupid. But first, we've got the shameless dog nappers who fake a seizure to steal puppies from a Colorado pet store. Yeah, they did. Off to the doghouse. Yep, that's where they ended up. A pair of thieves made off with 2 English bulldog puppies at a Colorado pet store. After one of them created a distraction by faking a seizure in a wild caught-on-video heist. Security footage from inside the store, Perfect Pets in Centennial, California, Colorado, shows the dog nappers lingering near the cash register. While one of them, a white man wearing a pom-pom hat, conversed with the cashier before his partner flopped on the floor, laying starfish style on his back. The puppies in the store immediately started barking at the thief, sprawled out on the floor. The other people in the store approached in confusion and tried to check to see what was happening as the suspect lay seemingly immobile. The other thief ventured down one of the corridors, keeping an eye on his partner and the onlookers attending to the fake seizure. He approached and bent over his partner for a moment before heading back towards one of the puppy display cases, according to the video. "Hey, what are you doing? Hey, no, stop," one of the staff members shouted at the clip, and then he took off with the dog, running down the hall. Then the thief discovered and quickly nabbed both pups again before sprinting out the store with the dogs after dropping one.
Oh,
He was
no.
caught. They were caught. The Caesar faker was arrested at the store, but police are still looking for the other suspect who dropped the dogs on the way
Damn.
out.
I can't say
And-
that he's stupid. Honestly, I can't. I
You
don't
know, that was pretty smart idea.
Yeah, I'm gonna say stoned and
I'm gonna
smart.
say stoned on that one.
Yeah, I'm going with Stone too. What do you think?
Sorry, I got to disagree. That was stupid. Now,
I mean, it is pretty dumb that he dropped the puppies. Like, shame on
had,
him. But
had they done this in a convenience store and they were grabbing Doritos instead of Bulldogs, I would have said stone. But
I'm here.
no, I got to say stupid on that one.
I'm gonna say stupid on that one.
So I'm actually pretty impressed that seizure boy didn't snitch on his buddy. That's what makes me say stoned. Because snitches get stitches.
Is that right? Well, next we got the story of Darren, who is pretty dumb, or he's pretty stoned. He could have been both. But one of the keys to success when completing a burglary is to pick up the right target. The best target is likely an empty house, while pretty much the worst possible target would be a house full of police officers. Well, the latter is exactly what happened to Darren when he decided to choose the house he selected as his target was already burglared earlier in the evening, and then police officers were already on the scene when Kempton tried to break in. Now, also, he tried to rob a separate house earlier in the day, but cut himself and fled. However, he left a trail of blood at the scene and led it right to the new crime scene. So he was connected to both burglaries and arrested on the scene when police found him coming through the kitchen window in the back after leaving the living room to go search the rest of the house. They found him breaking in. So he got busted. I mean, that was just the stupidest thing. You know, I think it was completely stupid. I'm not even going to give this guy a stone. No way.
and to leave a trail too, though. Like, that's
I mean,
actually-
to leave a trail of blood.
Oh man, I think I cut myself. But it's okay. They'll never see the blood that's pouring out of me.
Okay, stupid meth head. I'm bleeding a little bit. I could take care of it after I get that quarter gram. I just need to get something to sell. Stupid.
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 Stupid, Steve.
Stupid. Absolutely. Both of those were completely stupid. I don't know. Man, sometimes people just don't make no sense to me whatsoever.
No.
Wow. But I don't know. I just think that those were two of the biggest ones that I found this week, and figured I would just share those. Let's see. Everybody in the comments, it pretty much is choosing stupid over stone too. I mean, yeah, stupid says 3 buds. How's it going? You can't fix the stupid, says John Rando. Yeah, I'm getting that. Sure. Pickle Chicken says he's stupid. Stupid, says Chris Plummer. That's a dumbass. Yep. And then Rasta says that's just stupid. Too much dumb shit to be just stoned.
Right.
Right?
Yeah, you know, okay. So maybe when you're really stoned, you don't make the best decisions.
But when you're stupid, you're stupid.
But when you're stupid, you're stupid. And when you're stoned, it's probably not the best decision, but I'm going to do it anyway. Yeah.
Yeah. Too many things, all just stupid after stupid after stupid.
Right.
Stoned is skinny dipping in your neighbor's pool when you thought they were away for the weekend.
And they weren't.
That's embarrassing.
Right.
That's stoned.
I don't know. I've seen some pretty dumb criminals that
Or-
know they're stoned.
Yeah, or your neighbor's skinny your pool when they thought you were away and you weren't. Also embarrassing.
Right.
And very much a stoned woman.
Right. So I hope that everyone had a fun time today on episode of Stoned or Stupid, everybody. I think that was a good episode this week. They're just getting dumber and dumber. I mean, I'm going to just keep finding them. I mean, it's not. You think that I'll ever run out of material?
Yeah.
No.
That's the sad part, though.
Yeah, oh man, I can't find nobody dumb enough to be on the show.
Oh no, I think that list will continue to grow. But also, I think our time is short. So I think it's time for us to wrap things up. Steve-O, would you like to tell everybody good night?
I absolutely would, and I'd like to remind you to go to www.thegrowfam.com and get your certified terp sticks, and check me out on the NOK Network on Wednesdays on the WK Daily Session at 6 p.m. Central, and then at 7 p.m. Peace News and Views with Kim Cooper as well, and then here on Friday nights on the Groove Train. Same time, same groove, everybody.
Right on.
I mean,
Ashley.
choo-choo. Yes, you can also find me here on Friday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Groove Train. And Sundays, IWK Sash with the NOK Network at 7 Eastern Standard Time. And Wednesdays with Rasta Rhino. And we like to do our health and homesteading show together. One day at a time.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Mama.
So you can find me and Master Rochi right here on Master Rochi's profile on Monday nights. Put something in your Mondays with Master Rochi and Mama. You can also catch us on Thursday nights for Thursday Night Vibes at 9:15 p.m. on the NOK Network. And you can also, as always, and of course, find us right here on Friday nights at 9 p.m. on the Groove Train. Same time, same groove.
Same time, same groove.
You know what? This is a special show. Thank you for everybody participating in the comments. We didn't get through everybody, but you know what? This just shows how much of music is part of all of our lives and how important it is and how it impacts us. And I hope that you and share your genre with other people and be open-minded enough to listen to maybe a genre you're not used to. It's amazing exploring new music. It opens up new channels in your soul. I want everybody to have a safe and wonderful weekend. Keep your vibe up. Share your vibe. Just love life. Love everybody. And until next time, and as always, peace, love, and good vibes all. Thank you.
Have a good night.
Thanks for riding the groove train tonight. Peace, love, and vibes feeling oh so right. Ashley's wisdom keeps it rolling strong. Steve-O's vibe keep us grooving along. Master Rochi with the deep, cool flow.
Mama Roachy spreads the love, let it grow. Nancy brings a growing knowledge all the time. We'll catch you next week, same groove, same time. Groove trains rolling, feel the beat. Cannabis music and love can't be beat. See you next Friday at 9, don't be late. Groove train vibes, it's a magical state. The groove train's rolling, feel the beat. Cannabis music and love can't be beat. See you next Friday at 9, don't be late. Groove train vibes, it's a magical state. This is Ashley, Steve-O, Master Roachy, Mama Roachy, and Nancy signing off. Thanks for grooving with us. Stay lifted, stay peaceful, and keep that love flowing. Catch you next Friday at 9. Groove trains rolling, feel the beat. Cannabis music and love can't be beat. See you next Friday at 9, don't be late. Groove train vibes, it's a magical state. Groove trains rolling, feel the beat. Cannabis music and love can't be beat. See you next Friday at 9, don't be late. Groove train vibes, it's a magical state. This is Ashley, Steve-O, Master Roachy, Mama Roachy, and Nancy signing off. Thanks for grooving with us. Stay lifted, stay peaceful, and keep that love flowing. Catch you next Friday night.